DJ Moore with an unbelievable touchdown in overtime to win the Bears the game after being behind for much of the match. The Packers, so many people have been telling me it's not about the Packers. They're winning games, but they're not going to do it. They're not the team. I was watching them and they kept winning for so long, and then all of a sudden you start realizing why so many people just don't believe in the Packers. They had 5 red zone attempts that they didn't convert, and although their third round conversion rate was at 50%, they just weren't scoring the touchdowns. The lack of conversion rate in the red zone was what made the difference in this game. The Bears got 1 red zone touchdown out of the 2, but because the Bears kept holding the Packers to field goals, eventually they were just able to win the game. And the Packers not converting any attempts in the red zone was the difference in this game. But what an unbelievable final catch from DJ Moore to win the Bears the match. And the AFC East got really interesting. So I watched the game last week. I covered it. Actually, I'll put the link in the description here if you missed the video there, between the Bills and the Pats. Now, ultimately, it's become a really, really important match, that one, right? Because the Pats win that game, then they win the AFC East, right? They come top and they qualify straight away, and then they can push for that top seed. They didn't. They lost to the Bills. The Bills get through a narrow victory, and then the Patriots get a massive scare against the Baltimore Ravens. They really easily could have lost that game. Ultimately, they didn't. They went on to win it. I think Lamar Jackson's injury in the game likely helped that outcome. I think he was just starting to fire. He was playing really well. He gets the injury while they're in the middle of a drive as well. So that must have been a pretty gutting for him, pretty gutting for the Ravens. And I think the Pats can count themselves a little lucky on this one. They think they could easily have been beat by the Ravens, and then that would have opened up the AFC East massively. We still don't know which way it could go. The Bills could still finish on top, although it's very unlikely now. But considering their last 2 games, you fancy the Pats to go on and win. They've got the Jets and the Dolphins. Could often come unstuck against the Dolphins, actually, but I still fancy them to win both those 2 games. The Bills have got a really tough match against the Eagles. I know they've not been the Philadelphia Eagles of last season, but they're still the Philadelphia Eagles. They're still the Super Bowl champions. They're going to be a tough team to beat. Do I still fancy the Bills to take that victory with the way Josh Allen's been playing? Yes, I do. So I think the Pats have to win both their games, because I think the Bills will win both their games, especially because they're finishing the season against the New York Jets. And I always fancy them to beat the New York Jets. So it's going to be an interesting one. And I think I'm going to keep a very close eye on that particular group more than any other. I will be covering the Colts game on Tuesday, mainly because I really like Philip Rivers and I'm really interested to see how he does against the 49ers. I do fancy the 49ers to win that game, but wouldn't it be great for Philip Rivers if the Colts did win? But they've been on a 4-game losing streak and I just can't see it. The Niners are doing quite well. I think they'll end up winning that game. Please let me know your thoughts of the weekend's games in the comments, and please hit subscribe. It will really help me out, especially if you're a returning viewer. It means you're liking what you're seeing, but you're not subscribing. Why are you not subscribing? Just hit subscribe. It will really help me out. Have a lovely Christmas. Enjoy the Christmas Day fixtures, and I'll see you on the other side.